Hi there, it's Diane. Welcome to my basement. So today we're going to be learning from pages 12 and 13, and we're going to be learning all about decomposing a number and comparing numbers. So let's look at page 12, decomposing a number. The first thing I'd ask myself is, what does decomposing mean? Decomposing. To me it means like a leaf. It breaks down into smaller parts. So I guess if I have to decompose a number, it means I would take the number and break it down into smaller parts. Okay, that makes sense to me. So here they show us the number 150. Well, if I was to break down the number 150, I could take 100 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10, which is 10 5 times. Okay. I could also take 150 and decompose it into 100 plus 30 plus 20. Oh, this one's a good one. 150, I take 100 plus 5 in the tens is 50. Ooh. Or I could even do subtraction. 150 is the same as 200 take away 50. All right. Well, what if I wanted to compare numbers? Why don't you go ahead and flip on over to page 14. So if I wanted to compare two numbers, I want to know if they are equal, if the two numbers are, if one number is greater than another number, or if one number is less than the other number. Well, in order to compare them, we need to use some symbols, because if we just write the words is equal to, is greater than, is less than, that's a lot of words to be writing on a piece of paper. So what they do in math, which is really cool and useful, is that they let us use these really cool symbols. So this symbol with the two lines over each other, it's our equal sign. This symbol, where one side has a large opening and it goes to a point, this is called our greater than sign. And then if you flip the greater than sign around and the point is first and then it gets bigger, this is called the less than sign. So instead of writing words all the time, we can save ourselves a lot of headache and just write these cute little symbols here. Okay, great. So they give us some examples. 341 is less than 450. Well, how did they know that? You can't just put any symbol you want. There have to be some rules, right? Well, it says here, when comparing two numbers, so these are our two numbers that I want to compare, begin with the digits that have the highest value. Okay, so which numbers have the highest value? Oh yeah, it's my hundreds column, right? So I start with my hundreds column to see which numbers have the highest value. That makes sense to me. If the digits, so the 3 and the 4 here, have the highest value, if they're equal, then you move to the next highest value. Oh, well, thankfully, 3 and 4, I know that the 4 has a higher value because I know that 400 is worth more than 300. So I don't even have to look at the other numbers. Don't look. Stop looking. All right. So we have a 3 and a 4. All right. 341 is less than 450 because 300 is less than 400. You know what, though? When I think of these symbols, it's really confusing to tell the difference between the greater than symbol and the less than symbol. I mean, they look exactly alike sometimes. So I've come up with a way. I'm going to share the secret with you, okay? Let me see. I'm going to show you how I look at the less than and greater than sign. Some of you might know about the crocodile, but you know what? I'm going to teach you about Pac-Man. What I do is I take my pencil, or in this case my marker, and I connect the two ends and I make it look like Pac-Man. And Pac-Man is hungry, right? He's going to eat all those dots. He wants the bigger number. So here, Pac-Man's looking away from the little number, and he's going to eat the number with the higher value, 450. If you like your alligator, all right, you can have your little alligator. Alligators, nom, 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 nom. They've got sharp teeth, don't they? The alligator eats the bigger number too. All right, that definitely helps me. Even adults forget sometimes which way you're supposed to put that silly symbol. So let's look at the next one. Okay, so we have 1,450, and I want to know which number is greater than or less than to 1,430. Okay, so what did they tell us in the beginning? Do you remember? Oh, what was I supposed to do first? Oh, can someone help me? Yeah? So what number do I look at first? The number with the highest value, but oh no, they're both 1. So now what do? I go, oh yeah, so the thousands, they're both 1, so I go to the hundreds. That makes sense. Okay, so the hundreds, oh gee, they're both 4. So they must be equal, right? Oh, I have to go to my tens column. Oh, look at that. In my tens column, I have a 5. But in 1,430, my tens column has a 3. So they have 2 different digits. Because look, they both have a 0 in my ones. Okay, so which digit is higher? Raise your hand if you think the 5 digit is higher. Okay, it's worth 50. Now raise your hand if you think the 3 digit is higher than the 5. I thought I saw a hand go up. If you think 5 is higher, you would be correct. If you think 3 is higher, then check out your number line. And on your number line, you would see that if you start at 0, it goes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So now you know that 5 is going to be greater than 3. And remember, when we have greater than, we need to, I'm going to make Pac-Man. We need to make sure that Pac-Man eats the greater number, the higher digit, right? Okay, you've got this. Let's continue for the last one. Oh, look at this one. A lot of numbers look very similar, guys. I don't know what we're going to do. I guess we start in the 10,000 column. They're both 10,000. We check the thousands column. They're both 2s. This is tricky. Check the hundreds column. They're both 5s. Check the tens column. They're both 3s. Oh, they got us. in 12,532, there's a 2 in the units column. But in 12,535, there's a 5 in the units column. So we almost got to the very end. So when you have a 5, we know that 5 is greater than. And Pac-Man always eats the greater than. He always eats the bigger number. And that's how we get it. I think you're ready to decompose numbers and then compare them. So we're going to actually go back to page 12. And we're going to look at example 1, A, B, and C. Okay, so the first thing we do is that we have to read the directions or read the instructions. Write the number corresponding to each decomposition. Then, they're making us do double work. Compare the numbers using the signs less than, greater than, or equals to. Okay, or equals. Right, we got this. So what do we have to do again? I have already forgotten. That's okay, I'll just go back and reread it. Write the number corresponding to each decomposition. Those are some million-dollar words there, aren't they? Okay, corresponding to each decomposition. Okay, so these are decompositions because we broke down the number. They want us to put it back together. All right, we can do that. And then we have to compare the two numbers that we've created. Oh, they're good, but I know you're better. So let's do this. All right, 500 plus 30 plus 2. Well, there's going to be a 2 in the ones spot, or the units. There's going to be a 3 in the tens column, and there's going to be a 5 in the hundreds column. So if I put it all together, it should be 532. Oh yeah, 532. Now what do I have to do? Well, I need another number to compare it to, so I guess I have to go to the other side. Oh, look at this. They've given us 4 numbers this time. They've given us 1,000 plus 300 plus 50 plus 7. So there's a 1 in the thousands column, a 3 in the hundreds column, a 5 in the tens column, and a 7 in my units column. So that must be 1,357. Yay, I got it right. Okay, write the number corresponding to each decomposition. We've done that. Then compare the numbers using the sign. Well, I guess that's what this circle's for, to compare them. Okay, so where do I start? This number has 1,000, but this number doesn't have 1,000. So should I start with the 5 instead? Or, you know what? I think I'm supposed to imagine a 0 in my thousands column. So I think that 1,357 is greater than 532. So, do I put a greater than sign here or a less than sign? Well, Pac-Man is going to eat the bigger number. Pac-Man always eats the bigger number. So I'm going to have to put a less than sign to say that 532 is less than 1,357. That lets Pac-Man eat the bigger number. You got it? Yeah, you do. Let's look at the next one, okay, guys? All right. 2,000 plus 80 plus 4. I don't see 100. There's a hundreds column missing. What do we do when there's a missing number? You know what? I put a 0 to hold the spot. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put 2,000, 0 hundreds, 8 in my tens column, and a 4 in my units column. Oh, look at that. I got it right. It's like, whoop, whoop. All right. So then I have 3,000 plus 700 plus 60 plus 7. This one I've got because I have a 3 in my thousands, 7 in my hundreds column, 6 in my tens column, and a 7 in my units. So it'll be 3767. Yeah, it is. 3767. Who got that right? Everyone got it right. Good job. Okay. Do I go on or what? No, there's a spot. Oh yeah, I have to compare them. Don't forget to compare. So let's look at this. Start in my ones column? No, it was, oh yes, I start in the column that has the greatest value. And I know my thousands are worth more than my ones. So we always start in the highest value. Thank you. So 2,084 is less than 3,767 because there's a 2 in my thousands column here and there's a 3 in my thousands column there, and Pac-Man always eats the bigger number. There you go. How about one more? I'm good at this. Okay. When I'm good at something, don't you want to do it again and again? So let's look here. 4,852, 4,852, and 4,139, 4139. I see a pattern. This is easy because I just forget about the zeros that are there and I just choose the first number. That's simple. Oh, but then we have two fours. I guess I'm going to have to look at my hundreds. Oh, there's an 8 and a 1. So I have to think back to the number line, and I know that 8 is greater than 1, so 4,852 is greater than 4,139. Pac-Man eats the bigger number. Pac-Man's going to be full tonight. It's got some big numbers. Okay. We're now on page 13. It says, we read the instructions. Decompose the numbers according to the value of their digits. So, we look at 2,098. The value of the 2 is 2,000. We don't have a 100, right? We don't have any hundreds, so you don't have to put a 0 to add. You can if you want. I won't mark you wrong if you just need that spot to remember. But you actually don't need to plus 0 because any number plus 0 is, again, that number. So we have 90, because you have a 9 in the tens column, plus 8. And 8 has a value of 8 when it's in the units column. All right, so let's look at 672. There's a 6 in my hundreds column, so what is the value of the 6? 600, yeah. So 600 plus, what is the value of the 7? It's in the tens column. 70. So 600 plus 70 plus 2. 600 plus 70 plus 2. Way to go. Let's just do 2 more. All right. Oh, you get to see the answers. I didn't cover them up. I'm gonna there you go. All right, so let's look at B. We have 7,000 plus 600, right? Plus, do we have any tens? Nope, there are no tens. So you don't have to add anything for the tens column, but you do have to remember to add the 1. So plus 1. 7,000 plus 600 plus 1. What's really important to pay attention to are the zeros, because it's really easy to leave off some zeros. So when you're adding, you have to put the zeros to fill in the rest of the numbers. So look at 7,000. It's 7 with 1, 2, 3 zeros. Does that make sense? So we have 6 with 2 zeros is 600. We left off the 10 and we have 1. I know, but with practice, I think you'll get it. I know you'll get it with practice. Let's look at this number. This one's hard. But just because it's hard doesn't mean you can't do it. It just means we have to think a little bit more. So we have 14,925. So we need 10,000. That's 1, 0, 0, 0, 0. So 10,000. It's a big number. Plus 4,000, so that's 4, 0, 0, 0. Yep. Plus 900, which is 900. Yeah. Plus 20, which is 20. You got it. Plus 5. I know, it's a big number. If you've run out of space, it's okay. Just keep writing across your workbook. It doesn't have to fit in the rectangle. Okay? Let's turn the page. And let's just do something a little bit easier. And we're going to compare numbers with the less than, greater than, or equal sign, okay? So, 1,290, is it less than or greater than 129? Oh, this one's a good one. Because look, I'm looking in the thousand, and it looks like they both start with a 1, 2, and a 9. Don't let them fool you. Nope, nope, nope. Because this one is in the thousands column, and this one is only in the hundreds. So Pac-Man's going to have a feast, and he's going to eat the 1,290 because it's greater than 129. Okay? Oh, we haven't done something like this. How about this one? How about D? 256, is it greater than, less than, or equal to 256? So we look in the hundreds column, both 2's. We look in the tens column, both 5's. And we look in the units column, both 6's. So this one is equals. Pac-Man's going to go hungry. He doesn't get to eat any of that. How about we try one more? You want to try this one? Skip around, have some fun, shake it up a little bit. We have 627 and we have 626. So we look at the hundreds column, they're both 6s. We look at the tens column, they're both 2s. And we look at the units column, here we have 7 and here we have 6. I know 7's a greater number, its value is worth more than 6. So 627 is greater than 626. It gets a little more complicated for number 2 because I will show you. Look at this. They give you the numbers, which is really nice of them actually. We have 3,200, we have 400, 1,004, 1,015, 500, 1,002. But then they leave boxes to fill in the numbers. So, okay, this is really complicated, but what I like to do is I look at 1 and I try to get a number that's very close or would fit. So I look at my symbols and I see that Pac-Man's going to eat this number, so it's greater than this number. But then this number is going to be greater than my last number. So I need a number that fits in between the two numbers. So if I have 1,020 and 1,010, I already won't look at 400 or 500, okay? Or even the 3,200. So it narrows it down to probably these three numbers, 1,004, 1,015, and 1,002. But I need a number between, and then look what I do. I just look at because there's 1,000 here and 1,000 here, I just look between 20 and 10. So which one of these numbers is between 20 and 10? 4? Nope. 15? Yes, that's between both numbers. And 2? Nope. So 1,015 was my guess. Okay? But then look at this. Oh, those sneaky little people. They've given us 2 blanks. All right. I'm still sure I can do this. So the first number is less than 456. Look at this. There's only one number here less than 456. They can't fool us. It's 400. Yeah, 400. But now I need a number that is greater than 456. All of these numbers are greater than 456. So why wouldn't I just put in any number? Well, you're going to need those other numbers for C and D later. So try to get the number close to 456. Well, the number closest to 456 that's greater than is 500. So I really think that 500 is going to go here. Because here we have a 4 in the hundreds column and here we have a 5 in the hundreds column. So I really think it's 500. You have to kind of use a little psychology with this, don't you? A little logical thinking. Okay, I think we're ready. Are you ready for this? Yes, you're ready. How about we do one more little challenge? Are you up for a challenge today? Here's my challenge. All right, I want you to write a number. Write a number between 1,368 and 1,982. So I want a number that's greater than 1,368, but less than 1,982. So go ahead and write down a number. You can use your whiteboard, you can use pencil, you can put it in your workbook on an empty spot. Just try your best to write a number between 1,368 and 1,982. Okay, you got it? Let's hear some of your numbers. Good, good. Okay. Yep. Okay, great. Did I hear 1,400? I did because I just said it, so I heard it. Okay, so let's say it's 1,400. My question is, what digit can be in the thousands column? Meaning, can I have a 0 in my thousands column? No, I need at least a 1. So I can have a 1 in my thousands column. Can I have a 2 in my thousands column? If I wanted a number between 1,368 and 1,982, I could not have a 2 in my thousands column. Okay? My last question. I know we're running out of time and it's almost lunch, isn't it? Here we go. What digit can be in the hundreds column? This one's a little tricky. What number can be in the hundreds column? So I'm looking at my hundreds column. I want a number between 1,368 and 1,982. Can I have a 1 in my hundreds column? Nope, I cannot. Because 1 is less than 3 and it needs to be greater than 3. So I just told you I can't have 1, 2. Could I have a 3? Oh, now here's the tricky part. See, this is the logic. I could have a 3, and let me explain why. I can have a 3, but my tens column has to be higher. Well, my tens and ones columns have to be higher than 68. So I could have 1,369. That is higher than 1,368. So I could have a 3 in my hundreds column. Could I have a 4? I'm going up to 9, so I could have a 4. I could have a 5. Oops, I don't know why I wrote a 7. I could have a 5. I could have a 6. I could have a 7. I could have an 8. Could I have a 9? Can I have a 9 in my hundreds column? Think about it. Could I have a 9? Raise your hand if you think I could have a 9 in my hundreds column. I should see everyone's hand up because I can have a 9. However, my tens and my ones have to be less than 82. So the number 1,981 would still work because it's less than 1,982. Okay, so you could have a 9. So if you were to write a number between 1,368 and 1,982, the numbers that you could have, or the digits actually, you could have in the hundreds column, you could have a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, 8, and a 9. All right, enjoy the rest of your day and stay curious. Bye.